All right, what's up, familia? Welcome inside the big week. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Got your load secure. Okay, so something that I've been noticing more and more and more, right? And I didn't even know what they were talking about, Now, me personally, I don't really keep up with the new lingo that's out there, the new slang and everything. It took me a while to find out what the heck anybody was talking about when they're talking about fades, uh, low key, and fire. And I don't talk like that. I still don't use those terms, but I see vatos in their 40s and 50s using those terms. I'm like, orale, dog, when did you pick up that lingo, dog? Because I've known you since we were little kids. I've never heard you use the word fade for, when you're talking about a fight or anything. But oh well, dog, some people, pick up the new lingo, and 5-10 years from now they'll be talking using other words. I'm still the guy that uses, esse, vato, homes, dog, and whatever. And some people make fun of the way I talk, homes, which is fine. Hey, go ahead, man, get it in, right? So anyway, man, there's been terms I've been hearing on YouTube, and I was like perplexed, dog, because I was like, wait, what does that mean? I wasn't really sure, and it took me a while to understand. I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it, right? And that is the censorship that people are afraid of their videos not being monetized. And I want to make it clear, I'm not calling anybody out. Okay, I'm not calling anybody out. But I do want to express my concern and my dislike to it, all right? So for an example, I was hearing people use the word grape, like the fruit, grape. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It wasn't making sense with the story, homie. Grape. People would say SA, deleted, unalived, along with other terms. And I'm like, the hell's everybody doing? I don't, what, am I falling off here? What's going on here, Homs? And then I come to find out that it's like, oh, you know what? There's certain terms that YouTube cracks down on. So instead of saying the word rape, they would say grape. Instead of saying sexually assaulted, they would say SA. Instead of, whatever, so many other terms. Oh, instead of saying died or killed or murdered, they would say unalived, deleted. Dog, and I'm like, man, Holmes, you gotta be kidding me. Now, at first, I was a little bit upset. I was, right? I'm like, man, Holmes, you're talking about a human being, and you're gonna talk about they were deleted, like there's some emoji, some emoticon on your phone or something. Like, what the heck is, what are people doing? Right? Now, for those who don't know, dog, yeah, I'm a proud American. I do believe in the freedom of speech. There's so much on YouTube and everywhere, dog, of people talking about things that I really do not like, right? But it's their freedom, okay? When I first got on YouTube, I'm not gonna go through the whole story on why I got on YouTube, right? But basically, it was just so I could look back at myself and judge myself. And one thing I noticed is I was cussing a lot. Right? And I didn't like that. I'm like, damn, man, I look like, or I seem like some hateful person, dog. And, I went back and judged myself. And then, just out of nowhere, I just stopped cussing. And this was back in 2021. Because I got on YouTube in the beginning of 2020 when COVID hit. We saw that happen. By the way, that's another word that people just stop using. They say the C word instead of coronavirus or COVID-19, in fear that their videos are gonna get demonetized or whatever, right? And I stopped cussing, and then I realized that people were stopped cussing because I guess it new YouTube guidelines said, hey, if you cuss in the first whatever minutes or seconds of your video, you don't get paid, and whatever it may be, right? I personally didn't like it, because when people complain about society and how society is, I've always said you are part of society. So whatever you're complaining about, if you're going with the flow, you're part of that movement that's pushing society that way. You may be complaining about it and saying you don't like it, but you are part of what's pushing it that way as well, right? So if people are going to complain about censorship and not being able to speak freely here on YouTube. Now, YouTube can have its guidelines, right? You just can't go to a radio station and say like, hey, freedom of speech. I'm going to work on the radio station and I'm just going to be cussing up a storm. No, right? The radio station is not going to allow you to do that, right? So YouTube can censor. It can have its guidelines and say like, look, you cannot say this or you cannot say that. Personally, I haven't had a problem. As long as YouTube does not kick me off completely, I'm still gonna, speak the way I speak, man, and use the words I use, right? But I stopped and I thought for a second, and I said, okay, look, I do YouTube because I enjoy it. That's why I do it. I get a lot out of it, man. I've made some really great relationships. YouTube is not about drama to me. I've heard a lot of people say like, man, YouTube's nothing but drama. No, actually it's not, man. YouTube has really been a big blessing to me. Serio, man. With a lot of relationships I've made, a lot of firme stuff, dog, that I've been able to do and be a part of. And so many more doors that have opened up, man, through YouTube. It's really been a blessing, Holmes. It really has. But I'm not on YouTube for money. Now, I know a lot of people may say something like that. Like, oh, I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for the money, whatever it may be. Look, if people are in it for the money, that's fine, Holmes. I personally, myself, I don't really care. If you could make a paycheck and get your money, deposit into your account through YouTube. So that's when I started thinking, like, okay, me, myself personally, I'm a trucker. I don't rely on YouTube for money, right? However, because like I said, it was bothering me at first that people were following, this guideline in order to stay monetized. But then I thought, you know what, look, I'm not paying their bills, Holmes. I'm not paying their bills. So if they are on YouTube and looking forward, and not only looking forward, but actually relying on that monthly deposit into their account through YouTube, well, there you go, man. I mean, money changes the game. You can see it. You can see it all through YouTube. Right? Whoever changes the way they talk, what words they use, if they're using these words and don't use these words anymore, you can see it all through YouTube. But at the same time, I'm not paying their bills, dog. So, I may not like it. And the reason why I don't like it is because it's a snowball effect. Okay? It's the one little snowball that starts going down the hill and then it turns into something bigger. So what's this going to turn into in the next few years? I don't know, but probably something bigger. Maybe to the point where if you say these certain words like dead, died, murdered, sexual assault, maybe you do get completely kicked off YouTube. It's not like that now. But, if they dangle a little bit of money and say like, hey, you know what? We probably won't pay you for that video. People change their tune just like that. But again, I'm not going to look down on them, because if they rely on YouTube for that money, then there you go, dog. I'm not going to pay their bills. But personally, yeah, no, I don't like it. I don't like it because I don't want to be part of the whole censorship. So if YouTube comes out one day and says, look, if you use any one of these words, you're going to be completely off of YouTube and you'll never come back, then yeah, I mean, maybe I will change the way I talk. Maybe so. Maybe there's words I wouldn't use. Or either that or find some other social media platform. But see, I'm not one that relies on the money of YouTube. So I see people that I highly respect, and I see people that I got a lot of love for, that are changing the way they talk, using different words, being very, very careful with their words. Do I like it? No, I don't like it. But so be it. Like I said, I'm not going to pay their bills. I'm not going to fill that gap in their bank account that YouTube puts in there. So, a toda madre, handle yours. But personally, I don't like it, dog. It's a part of censorship. I don't like censorship like that. And, oh well, it's the world that we're in. I'm going to keep on using whatever words I'm going to use, dog. It's not going to come back not censoring me, like I said, unless they come on and say, if you use this word, you're off of YouTube. We delete your account completely. Then maybe I will, or I don't know, dog. We'll see. But yeah, familia, I just found it kind of weird. I was hearing words like grape and all that stuff, and I was like, oh, they meant rape. Like it was just odd to me. But anyway, I guess I'll just leave it right there. This is no shot at anybody at all, because I understand it. Okay, if you depend on YouTube, you know, for a certain amount of money that you're getting, there you go. I don't, so you know, I don't have to worry about that. But damn it, I don't like this censorship. I don't, and I'm not gonna abide by them unless I truly, really, really, truly have to. Just like this video right here, it's probably not gonna be monetized, and that's cool. That's fine with me. But some people, it's not cool with them. It's not cool if they don't get their video monetized, because they might need that money. So, oh well, right? There's a society we're in. So just remember, like I've always said, familia, like I've always said, you are part of society. How you respond, what you do, you are part of society. As always, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of your surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you live. But loyalty makes family. Until next time, this is Ed the Troll Trucker. Over and out.